If you're designing a serious home cinema and thinking about going pre-power rather than an integrated AVR, this is for you. Marantz has just launched these, the AV30 and the AMP30. And alongside the rest of their separate range, it gives you huge flexibility around channel count and power. Today, I'm going to walk you through the range and, more importantly, how we're actually using these in AWE cinema demo rooms. Let's start with the AV processors. There are 3 models in the range. You've got the AV10, AV20 and this, the new AV30. Across the board, you get Dolby Atmos, DTS:X, IMAX Enhanced, Auro 3D decoding, 7 HDMI inputs with full 8K support, including 4K 120 gaming and ARC and eARC on the main output, HEOS streaming, Audacity Multi-EQ XT32 room calibration, plus the optional upgrade for Dirac, including the Dirac active room treatment. The main difference between the 3 is channel count and internal architecture. The AV30 processes up to 11.4 channels, the AV20 moves that to 13.4, and the AV10 tops the range at 15.4 channels for the most complex immersive layouts. You also see differences in the physical build as you move up the range. The 2 higher models add copper-plated chassis layers for better grounding and isolation, toroidal power transformers with oxygen-free copper windings, upgraded HDAM modules, and multi-layer internal structures designed to reduce vibration and electrical noise. All of these separates are built at Marantz's Shirakawa Audio Works facility in Japan, where their high-end components are assembled and tuned. In practical terms, you choose the AV processor based on how many speakers your system needs to drive. All of the AV processors can be upgraded to Dirac Live, including the new Dirac Active Room Treatment, or ART. Put simply, it uses every speaker in the system to help control bass and reduce room modes by cancelling problematic frequencies using the other channels. Think of it sort of like noise-cancelling headphones, but for the whole room. Now let's talk about the power amps. There are 3 options here as well. You've got AMP10, AMP20 and the new slimline AMP30. Each channel is rated at 200 watts into 8 ohm, and you can bridge pairs of channels in BTL mode to deliver 400 watts where you need it most. AMP10 is a 16-channel amplifier, AMP20 is a 12-channel model, and AMP30 is the slimline 6-channel design, ideal for smaller rooms or targeted upgrades. That flexibility is what makes the range so interesting for real-world installs. One important thing to highlight is that all of these processors and amplifiers support balanced XLR connections. When you're linking AV processor to power amps, especially in racks, XLR helps reduce noise pickup and keeps a clean signal. It's exactly how we wire our reference cinema here at AWE, and something we'd always recommend for high-performance cinema installs. In a high channel count room, you might pair an AV10 with an AMP10 to create a 15-speaker system at 200 watts per channel, with 4 independently controlled subwoofers. That could be a 9.4.6 layout, or using the same hardware, you could reconfigure things to run a 7-speaker system at 400 watts per channel. And because everything's modular, you could just as easily run an AV30 with an AMP10 if that suits your project better. Let's quickly spin these round and take a look at the back. So at the bottom here, you've got balanced XLR outputs for every channel, multiple HDMI inputs with full 8K support, 4 independent subwoofer outputs, network connections for HEOS and full control integration with triggers and RS-232. On the AMP30, this is where the flexibility really comes alive. You can see here the speaker terminals, channel input selection, and the switches for bi-amp and BTL modes, letting you decide exactly where you want the extra power. In our performance cinema here at AWE, we run a 7.4.4 layout, so that's 11 speakers in total, not including the subwoofers. For this room, we're upgrading to an AV30 alongside both an AMP10 and an AMP30, which in BTL mode will let us deliver 400 watts to every channel. Now in a space this size, that isn't strictly essential, but what it does give us is headroom, and that's what really matters. When designing these rooms, we're working to the CEDIA Immersive Audio Recommended Practice, known as RP22. In simple terms, that means to reach the SPL for level 2, the system needs to be capable of delivering a minimum of 102 dB, with 105 dB recommended at the listening position for those front channels. We don't demo at this level, but we specify the amplification so the system can theoretically get there. That gives us lower distortion, more control, and that effortless feeling when things get dynamic. Just to put some quick back of the envelope maths around that, our front speakers here have a sensitivity of 90 dB, and our main seating position is just over 3 meters away. At that distance, with 200 watts, you'll be in the region of about 103 dB at the seat. Bridge the amps to 400 watts and you'll pick up another 3 dB, which gets us right into that level 2 territory. That's why we spec the power this way, not because we listen that loud, but so peaks stay clean and effortless. How loud a home cinema should be is a conversation for another day. What matters is that the system is capable of delivering whatever the client wants. With AMP10 and AMP30 running in BTL mode, this room now has huge reserve in hand. To give you some real-world context, our loudest demo clips typically average around 100 dB across all channels. Now, using the same propagation loss calculation, if this is all coming from a single speaker, we'd need just 90 watts. Obviously, the system can go louder, but that's the absolute top end of where we'd recommend to demonstrate in this space. In the reference cinema, we've stepped it up. Now we're running front wides, as well as 6 speakers in the ceiling. So that's a 15.4 channel system, or a 9.4.6 in Dolby Atmos world. Processing is handled by the AV10 this time, with 2 AMP10s supplying power. Again, doubling the channels, so every speaker has 400 watts available. So with Marantz Separates, you can build anything from a straightforward 5.1 system at 200 watts per channel using the AV30 and AMP30, right through to a 15.4 channel cinema running AV10 with multiple AMP10s. You can tailor the system to your room. BTL the fronts for more output, keep the surrounds and heights driven with a single channel each, or simply add an amp to an existing AVR using the pre-outs to upgrade power without replacing the processor. Sitting in here really is something special. With Bowers & Wilkins 800 series speakers, the Marantz 10 and 2 AMP10s, plus Dirac active room treatment doing its thing, every seat gets clean, punchy, tight controlled sound. It genuinely has to be heard. UK dealers should come down and take a listen. And if you want help choosing the right AV processor and amplifier combination for your next project, speak to your AW representative and we'll be happy to help.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and check out more of our content below. Don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell icon to stay updated when new videos go live. We'd love to hear from you, so drop your thoughts or questions in the comments. Thanks for watching!